Um, Yo, this is gonna be a rant, but I want to talk about this particular subject. And I say it before and I say it again. I do this for me, for venting purposes. And if you don't like it, please get the fuck off my channel. I'm not looking for no praise, no accolades. I do this for me to let out my frustrations about the world. Now back to the subject at hand. You know what grinds my gears? You know what gives me the purple ass? Is nigga nerds. Yeah, I said it, nigga nerds. Now hear me out. For the record, I'm black. You know what I mean? You can tell the way how I speak. What I mean by nigga nerds is you meet a particular guy, right? For the most part, a black guy, young, whatever, that's into anime. And what I mean, what I mean by when you meet this guy, I'm not talking about in the hood. I'm actually talking about in the suburbs. You meet this particular young black guy, and he's into anime, but you can tell that he's into anime because he's wearing an anime shirt, and he's playing a video game, or he's reading comic books. And for the most part, when you try to come up and talk to them, or not just come up and talk to them, so like for example, it's a group of black nerds, mostly men, sitting around either at a round table or in their group, and say like they're in a video game store or a comic book store, and I'm trying to think. You meet up, so you see them talking in their group, and then you decide to talk to them. And for the most part, you get in some cases, you get a healthy, good reception, or in some cases, you get a bad reception. Like they look at you like you crazy, like what are you doing talking? I'm not trying to be rude or be disrespectful, but you overhear their conversation because it's a group of like 3, 4, 5, or even 6 of them. So you might hear their conversation, and they kind of loud with it, and you might try to interject in their conversations. Like I said before, in some cases you get a healthy reception back, or in some cases you get a negative reception. Like they look at you like you're crazy, they look at you like you don't belong or something like that, or they try to diss you, But it's always that one. There's always that one nigga out of that nerd group that just hates you for who you are. You get what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by nigga nerd. Like, say, for example, you meet a particular group, right? Particular group of black nerds. And mind you, you're in the suburbs. And most of those dudes like you. You know what I'm saying? You cool. You know what I'm saying? Most of the people out of that group, they like you. They think that you're cool. But it's always that one particular black nerd that's hating on you. And for the most part, y'all don't even know each other. But he hates you. Could it be jealousy and envy? It could be. But that one particular nigga nerd just hates you for who you are. And what I realized that when it comes to black folks, black people, it doesn't matter if you're living in the hood or in the suburbs. Black folks still got that nigga in them. You get what I'm saying? They still got that nigga in them. As far as when they see another black person, something might spark up within them. You get what I'm saying? I can't explain it. It's like, in my honest opinion, it's a little negative chip that's inside black people's brains, is that when they meet another black person, it's like something clicks. It's like something like clicks and takes over their body, and they become very disrespectful and mean and nasty out of nowhere. You get what I'm saying? That's what I mean by nigga nerds. But going back to that one particular nigga nerd, he'll spread like nasty rumors, nasty gossip about you that's not even true at all. He'll try to um, outperform you. He'll try to, like say like you're in a conversation, right? And you be talking. He'll try to um, put your opinions down and make his opinions like he's number one, like oh he's the smart guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like how can I put this? Like say basically try to put down what you have to say and agree with everybody else. But when it comes to your comment, he acting like you don't know what the hell you're talking about or you ain't shit. Shit like that. Just what I'm saying that one particular nigga nerd wants you out. That one particular nigga nerd thinks that you don't belong there. You know what I'm saying? It is very sad. It's very It's very sad. It is very disappointing. But that's how it is. You know. When I was little, when this happened to me when I was a little boy. See, I always thought that, when you travel outside of your city, outside of your towns, outside of the state, like into a nice neighborhood, into a suburbs, you think that people, especially black people, would come out a little bit better living out over there. But I had a rude awakening because it was this one particular nigga nerd that was a part of a group that hated my guts. I don't know why. He just hated my guts for some apparent reason, and that's why I said that. That's why I say nigga nerd because that, like, in my honest opinion, there's something like there's a nasty computer chip that's in a lot of black people, and when they see another black person, something takes over their body and they become very disrespectful for no fucking reason. But yeah, man, the motherfucker put me down. Like when I give out certain comments and all that stuff, like he'll mean mug me or he'll try to turn his head like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But to everybody else, agreed with me and all that stuff. It's just jealousy and envy, man. Black folks are so fucking envious and jealous and so full of hate towards each other. It doesn't make any sense. And they wonder why other races of people laugh at us because we can't seem to come together and do what we need to do. Yeah, so that's what I mean by nigga nerds, man. You know what I'm saying? There's always that one particular nigga out of that group that hates you. And you know it too. It don't have to be about nerds. It could be about anything else. Like I remember when I was in college, and I think I said this in one of my old videos, one of my old videos. But I'm gonna say it again. It was just it was a black and white couple. I mean, they wasn't a couple, but it was one black guy, there was one white girl. And the white girl, for the most part, the white girl was more receptive towards me. But when it came to that black guy, he would just mean mug me and all that stuff. You could tell that he didn't like me for whatever reason. And I said to myself, maybe he doesn't like me is because that white girl kind of liked me more than him. So he could have been jealous of me because I was getting more attention from the white girl. And he wanted that attention, but I was getting it from her. Because every time she see me, she'll smile and all that stuff. And we're talking all that, a little bit. Like for example, we had to do a class project. And me and her, we had a good talking about what we need to do in the project, about the class project. And we were just giving out ideas and all that stuff of what we should do for the project. And she was smiling and all that stuff. She was smiling and all that. So in a sense, she was very receptive. When it came to the black dude, it's like I had to do most of the talking. He acted like he didn't want to talk to me and all that stuff. And I said, hey, it is what it is, shit like that, man. That's what I mean by, niggas. It's a computer chip in these niggas' brain. And if they meet that one particular nigga, it's like something clicks and takes over their body and they become very mean and rude, nasty, and very disrespectful. It just is what it is, man. But yeah, I'm just giving you another example, but it's not. It doesn't pertain to nerds. I'm just giving you another example, but it does not pertain to nerds. But yeah, man. But overall, though, man. Oh, and also too, when it comes to nigga nerds, man. Of course, I met some in the hood. We met some, black nerds in the hood, and you think that they was different. Kind of found out they was basically the same too. They were the same as well. It's just that the only difference is that these particular nerds, even though we're from the hoods, we're from the ghettos, they still have that nigger that nigga chip in them. You get what I'm saying? They still have that negative nigga chip in their brains. So when they see somebody that's similar to them, they'll start snapping out. Well, not snapping out. Yeah, well, they for the most part, they start having a nasty attitude. They start to denigrate your character. They start to put you down. Anything that you say, they'll try to put you down. Or they look the other way, like acting like, you ain't shit. Or, like you're a piece of crap, even though you don't know these people, But yeah, but that's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say. So to all you nigga nerds out there, man, listen, man. The more hate that you give towards that one particular guy, the more backlash you're going to receive in the long run. Because I guarantee you, the person that you don't like for whatever reason, that person could be your greatest ally, but you don't see it. You don't see it because you're being blinded by your false feelings. You're being blinded by your false hatred towards a person that you do not even fucking know. I mean, don't get me wrong. We can. Don't get me wrong. We can sense some things like, oh, something's not wrong with that person. I get that. I get that. When you can sense something that's not right with that person. Okay, I can get that. But if you stay around with that person, if you not just stay around with that person, but if you actually study that person, how that person talks and move around with different people, maybe you can come up with a better assessment with that person. Because I realize sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the problem can be you. You know what I'm saying? I realize that when it comes to not liking a person, sometimes the problem is you. Maybe you lacking something in your department. Maybe it's something that you're lacking in your department and you're taking it out on the person that you just met. But yeah, but that's all I got to say about that, man. That's all I got to say. To all you nigga nerds out there, man, stop with the hate, stop with the jealousy, stop with the envy, and actually study that person to the point that you come up with your best assessment, and hopefully that best assessment is a positive one, and then maybe, just maybe, y'all can find peace. Y'all can find peace with each other. But that's all I got to say about that, man. That's all I got to say. So yeah, man, so I thank you so much, and have a good day.